Welcome to the Ben Daniel Podcast, where we're calling a spade a spade. Great to be here with you guys today, folks. I feel bad for the old guard, WNBA fans, WNBA media. I'm starting to feel bad for them because they need to be spoken to like they are children. They need to be treated like they are children. They can't handle the truth, so we need to fabricate the truth. We need to embellish the truth. We need to make up the truth. We need to insert our own narratives. We need to do any and everything we possibly can to not upset the old guard WNBA fan base, old guard WNBA media, right? We need to play into their old narratives, right? We need to make it all about activism. We need to make it all about race. We can't just leave it strictly and solely on the court. We need to play into all of these agendas that are happening around the WNBA world, and it is tiring. But you don't got to talk to me like I'm an idiot. It's the old WNBA guard. It's the old fans that get treated with kid gloves. And what do I mean by that? I'm scrolling down the street singing, you guys know the song, and I see how Angel Reese and Asia Wilson led the WNBA's growth. Now, this is an article straight from Forbes. Now, I'm not going to read the entire article. The headline in of itself is handled with kid gloves. The headline in of itself is misleading. How Angel Reese and Asia Wilson led the WNBA's growth. Folks, I read the article. The article has nothing to do with Asia Wilson and Angel Reese leading the WNBA's growth. The article has to do with Angel Reese and Asia Wilson capitalizing off the growth thanks to Caitlin Clark, using the newfound growth thanks to Caitlin Clark to piggyback that into deals off the court, whether it's new hair deals, whether it's shoe deals with Adidas, the Nike deal, the book, the Asia. This has nothing to do with the WNBA's growth. This has everything to do with their social media influencer growth. And that's even specified in the article when they talk about this part over here. Beckers and Clark, middle paragraph, folks. Beckers and Clark are the kinds of players that force opposing teams to level up their game. However, on-court performance is only one of the factors that contribute to WNBA's growth in the contemporary influencer economy. The contemporary influencer economy. Folks, the fact that we are talking about influencers and a basketball league, that should tell you how much we are grasping for straws. The fact that we need to even talk about influence when it comes to social media in terms of a basketball league, that should tell you how much we are grasping at straws. We're going to get to this in a minute. But let's continue down with this article. Shall we? We shall. They talk about Caitlin Clark and her 5 million Instagram followers, Angel Reese and her 4.8 million Instagram followers. They talk about all of this stuff. They talk about Asia Wilson and her new shoe deal. They talk about Breanna Stewart and her deals. They talk about Unrivaled and the growth in Unrivaled, even though Asia Wilson and Caitlin Clark weren't there, even though it averaged 300,000. Forget all of that. Forget all of that. The bottom paragraph, we have to just leave it. It's always about race with these people. It's absolutely disgusting. Black women emerged as some of the most popular figures within the Unrivaled content universe. Through Home Away from Home's tour, sponsored by Wayfair, viral post-game celebration video shorts, and Angel Reese and Dejanay Carrington's pre-game makeup tutorial sponsored by Sephora, Black women bowlers bridged on-court excitement with off-court charisma, proving that Black girl magic is still good for business. I feel so bad for these people. I feel so utterly bad for these people. Let's address this social media complaint, and this gentleman did an excellent job breaking it down for me. Shout out to you. Tamika Tansel Forbes article, option-based with no substantive nor statistical evidence to support her ill-informed thesis, WNBA being driven by influencer economy, for in fact, there's no statistical correlation seen between Instagram popularity and WNBA game viewership. Simple illustration. The limited viewership produced by Unrivaled, average viewership of 218,000 views, less than 4% of Angel Reese's Instagram followers. In contrast, Caitlin Clark has 3.1 Instagram followers in her games for the Fever Games, averaged 1.18 million viewers per broadcast, or 36% of her followers. If there was any accuracy in this premise, we would see at the very least a significant reversal of these numbers. And he clarifies, my post is not to critique on Angel, it's part of the author's premise. I just quantitatively expressed it to illustrate its error. Your anger or frustration should be directed towards the author. Absolutely agree. Thank you for breaking it down, 44. These people are idiots, for lack of a better term. What did I say in the beginning? They make up their truth. They embellish the truth. They play into narratives that don't exist. They only exist in their mind because they are so driven by race. It's crazy to say they are so driven by race and hate that they just can't be an actual journalist and call it down the middle. We have to treat the old guard fans, the players, the media with kid gloves because they're so sensitive. Their feelings are going to get hurt. And this is the WNBA where it's all about inclusivity and we need to make everybody feel all warm and fuzzy inside. But let's continue to break this down, shall we? You know I brought some receipts out. Million view games, 3.4, 2.4. Look at all those games featuring the Indiana Fever, all those games featuring the Chicago Sky that coincidentally are featuring the Indiana Fever as well. Look at all those games featuring the Las Vegas Aces that coincidentally are featuring the Indiana Fever as well. Very interesting how that turns out. Top WNBA audiences all time, we have the WNBA All-Star Game, 3.44 million. 2024 season, and we have the first round Fever Sun game, 2.54 million. Why is this chart important, Ben? What does this chart tell me? Well, if A'ja Wilson was behind the WNBA's growth, shouldn't there be something during A'ja Wilson's first few years in the league? 18, 19, 20. No? Oh, okay. I'm sorry. My bad. Most watched games on NBA TV this past year. Okay, Aces, Fever, Fever Wings, Fever Dream, Sun Fever, Fever Lynx. Wow, all Indiana Fever games. But yes, the Las Vegas Aces were on NBA TV this year. They just don't make the list. Yes, the Chicago Sky without Caitlin Clark, they were on NBA TV this year. They just didn't make the list. First time Angel Reese, Chicago Sky, hopped on NBA TV against the Atlanta Dream. 60,000 views on NBA TV. Let's move on, shall we? Fever Mercury. This is an article from earlier in the year. Fever Mercury was the 9th WNBA game this season to average at least 1 million viewers. The league entered this season having gone nearly 16 years without a single 7-figure audience. 16 years. Now the question is, was A'ja Wilson part of any of those 16 years? You bet your ass she was. You bet your ass she was, but when you don't move the needle, when you aren't that. The proof is in the pudding, but again, this is the WNBA where we need to treat people like they're children. We need to treat adults like they're children. We can't tell them the truth because it'll hurt their feelings. So we need to make up and lie and embellish and create false ideas in our mind. These people are hurt. They're hurt. They're scorned. Something happened to them in their life. I don't know what it was. But here are the top WNBA games from this past season. And would you look at that? Caitlin Clark and the Indiana Fever are running rampant all over this. We compare the Caitlin Clark games and all other games, and it is not even a competition. The fact that articles like this get written is disgusting. The fact that articles like this get past an editor is gross. The fact that articles like this get published is filth. The fact that people like this actually have these thoughts in their mind blows me away. Blows me away. And of course, this is the narrative that they want people to run with. This is the narrative that ESPN is pushing. This is the narrative that all the old guard media has pushing. And who loves to feed into narratives? Hollywood loves to feed into narratives. Hollywood loves to feed into bullshit. And we saw that last night with Law & Order SVU. I love Law & Order SVU. Huge fan of Law & Order SVU. Shout out to Benson. Shout out to Stabler. That's my era. Benson, Stabler, Munch, Finn, that's my era, right? The newer cast with, man, I can't even think it off the top of my head, Rollins and, what's that dude? Amuro, Benson now, Captain. I'm not as in tune as I used to be, but let's take a look.
It wasn't that big a deal.
No? I mean, you've been talking trash about her for a while, right? Saying that she was a joke, that you were gonna kick her ass.
Come on, man, it was just talk.
Look, I get it. I mean, the league was built on the backs of talented black women like yourself. And then these white girls come along, right? Karen Adler, Caitlin Clark, and they're instant superstars. Everybody's saying they put the league on the map.
And they're getting all the endorsements and sponsorships. Yeah, it's messed up.
You gotta admit there's something special about her game, though, right?
Yeah, she's white.
Oh!
But I hear you. Cam could play. I had a lot of respect for her.
Straight out of the Kennedy Carter, straight out of the Monica McNutt, straight out of the dumb fuck old guard narrative. In case you guys aren't on Twitter, in case you guys haven't been programmed how to think about this Caitlin Clark situation, let me just subliminally throw it into Law & Order SVU. Let me just subliminally throw it into Law & Order SVU. If you guys think for yourselves, if you guys aren't idiots, if you guys think logically, then you'll appreciate the Family Guy clip a little bit more.
Here we go. WNBA. There's a Mystic Sparks game today. Remember who won that?
I don't even know what city they're from.
Which one has Caitlin Clark?
I don't know. Both of them? Neither?
Man, she's the best, maybe.
Right. Mystic Sparks, Mystics who? Exactly. That's how America thinks. What team has Caitlin Clark? Any of them? Neither of them? That's how America thinks. Caitlin Clark, she's the best. That's how, it's crazy, folks. It is crazy. These people are delusional, these people are unhinged, and these people do nothing but push racial narratives to get clicks. It is what it is. Some of the reactions, who is this supposed to be? Angel Reese? That's supposed to be Mia Moore, not Maya Moore, Mia Moore. Nasty, nasty work. Caitlin is popular because she dominates on the court and shatters records, not because she is white. Law & Order missed the plot just like real life. Law & Order is just feeding subliminally to the masses how they're supposed to think about this whole entire thing, folks. Don't be confused. Don't be confused. Don't be confused. LOL, what? One, that's amazing, but also, what the hell is this writing? Shit. Absolute shit. Yeah, it was cool that Caitlin Clark got mentioned, but she got mentioned too. I digress. Let me know what you think in the comment section below. I appreciate all the support. Don't forget to like the video if you enjoyed, and subscribe to the channel. That would mean so much to me. Folks, the season starts in a month. Training camp starts in 2 weeks. Holy shit. We'll see you next time, and as always, take it easy.